Hey everybody, welcome back to the Best Coin News channel on YouTube. I'm Son of a Silver Stacker. In today's numismatic news and information for the 13th day of December 2023, I'm going to welcome you over to moneymetals.com so we can check out the live spot prices and the availability and the premiums for the American Silver Eagle. After that, we'll go to the United States Mint bullion sales, and then we're going to stay on the United States Mint website. Got some breaking news. We're going to be talking about the Harriet Tubman commemorative real quick, and then we're going to be talking about the American Innovation designs that are for 2024, and then I got some breaking news I'd like to share with you for the uncirculated set from 2023. And we're going to be talking about those mintages and how many are left. But before all that, if you're new here, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We're trying to get to 10,000 subs. That's right, so we can open up the Son of a Silver Stacker store, and that's going to be the logo on each of the items. So I can't wait for that. Now let's get busy. Bam! Gold is up $1.60 to 1992.40. Silver, however, is down 7 cents to 22.89. Platinum down 13.30 to 932.70. And palladium's right about that $1,000 mark, down 15.10 to 1,120. You're looking at an in-stock American Silver Eagles premium is $7.89. They're going to sell those to you for $30.78, and then they'll buy them back at $24.48 each. Now over here at the United States Mint bullion sales, no new tale to tell for December or November. All right, so just had to stop there and say, hey, now here we are at the 2024 product schedule, and as you can see, we have the images for the Harriet Tubman commemorative coin for 2024. There it is. And let me keep on keeping on. Now this is the only one I'll probably be purchasing this year for the Harriet Tubman collection. I do love the back, the reverse of this particular coin. That's the silver proof. It is gorgeous, actually. I really love that. It's amazing, and it kind of reminds me of the Ohio American Innovation coin featuring the Underground Railroad. So that's stunning. Now there's a little bit of information. The mintage limit is 400,000 across all products. That's the silver, right? But the real news here is that sales are open for pre-orders on January 4, 2024 until the expected shipping date of February 12, 2024. Introductory pricing will be in effect for single options until February 5, 2024. And the drop date is January 4. So January 4 is when they're going to start taking pre-orders, and then at February 5 is when at 3 p.m. is when they're going to start charging you. I think maybe it's $5 more per coin. Now let's keep on keeping on. And look at that. Now they have here, this is the landing page on the United States Mint. Explore the 2024 American Innovation coin designs, and there they are. We have Maine, Illinois, we have Missouri, and bam, look at that, the Alabama. That's amazing. That's just remarkable. So here we are. This is the Illinois coin, and that's the design. That's the steel plow, and that was invented in Illinois, the United States of America. That's the reverse. Look how plain Jane that is, but look how amazing that is. Hardly any font. Look at that, and that's the steel plow. That is remarkable. It says here, the American Innovation $1 coin representing Illinois recognizes the steel plow. The invention of the steel plow sparked the migration of Americans to the Midwest United States in the 1800s and the beginning of the agriculture's industrial age. In the early 1800s, Americans moved from the eastern United States to the Midwest. The land they encountered was covered with grassland prairies that proved challenging to plow. The wooden plows that easily cut through the sandy soil of the East Coast became stuck in the dense Midwestern sod. Blacksmith John Lane in Homer Township, Illinois, came up with a solution to fashion a plow from an old sawmill blade polished so that it didn't, well, stick to the soil, right? Or the soil didn't stick to it. After field testing, Lane's plow went into production, first on his farm and later in Lockport, Illinois. By 1850s, his plow was a commercial success, although Lane never patented his invention. So, yeah, it doesn't even mention his name on there, right? It just says the innovation. I thought that was really interesting. Now, it says here, Lane was a number of competing plow makers during this era. The steel plow was first made commercially successful in 1837 by John Deere in Grand Detour, Illinois. Have you heard of John Deere? Yeah, me too. The John Deere plow was also originally sourced from a sawmill blade, but instead of crafting them one at a time, as Lane and others did, John Deere established a process for producing plows on an industrial scale. There it is. No John Lane there, but his invention is there. Now let's go to the next one here. Bam! That's the one I'd really dig. I think that's the winner chicken dinner for next year. And hopefully, I think I will be buying all 4 product options on this one. The 100 coin bags from P&D, as well as both rolls. This is a remarkable thing. Now, what's interesting, they don't talk about the Operation Paperclip. Yeah, you might want to check that out. American Innovation $1 coin representing Alabama recognized the invention of the Saturn rocket. Who invented that? The Saturn rocket was developed to support the Apollo space program for human exploration to the moon. NASA launched 13 Saturn V rockets between 1967 and 1973. The Saturn V rocket was designed and built at the George C. Marshall Space Flight Center in Huntsville, Alabama, under the supervision of aerospace engineer Werner von Braun. Yeah, Operation Paperclip, check that out. The heavy lift vehicle was 363 feet tall, the height of a 36-story building. During the launch, the rocket generated 7.6 million pounds of thrust, more power than 85 Hoover dams. NASA launched the first Saturn V rocket for the Apollo 4 mission in 1967. The last Saturn V launched in 1973 without a crew to carry the Skylab space station into Earth orbit. Bam! There it is. That is remarkable. It's a beautiful, beautiful design. Can't wait to see that on a coin. The United States of America, Saturn V, Alabama. That is just gorgeous. Really love that design there. That's probably the winner for next year. Now, look at this one. This is the American Innovation coin from Maine. The background here is the American Innovation $1 coin representing Maine honors Dr. Bernard Lown, and his invention of the direct current defibrillator. I think those are everywhere now, right? Dr. Bernard Lown was a Lithuanian-American cardiologist who was a pioneer in the research of sudden cardiac death. In 1962, Dr. Lown, in cooperation with engineer Baruch Berkowitz, developed a new method for correcting dangerously abnormal heart rhythms called fibrillations. At the time, fibrillations were, I hope I say that right, were believed to be responsible for 40% of fatal heart attacks in the United States every year. Dr. Lown's device used direct current precisely timed to certain points in the heartbeat cycle. He administered jolts through the chest walls of 11 patients, some near death, and restored normal heartbeats to all. And my +1 is kind of about this, so stick around. He had the device manufactured by the American Optical Company. That's interesting. And by 1964, thousands of hospitals were equipped with the device. And now you can find these devices everywhere. It's remarkable, isn't it? I mean, not just hospitals. This breakthrough became a life-saving technique used worldwide. It led to new cardiac resuscitation techniques and technological developments, including modern pacemakers, defibrillators implanted in the chests of heart patients that automatically detect and correct abnormal rhythms. Could you imagine just hanging out there and then, and then you're back on track? There you go. And now what's really interesting about this particular coin design, and shows the actual name of the person who invented this and what device they, invented. But let's look at the design itself, right? Doesn't it look like the patient is administering it themselves with this POV? It's like, okay, I'm ready to do it. Stand back. I'm going to zap myself. Yeah, so they could have been, I think, a little bit different about this particular application of this particular artist's rendering. It just looks like to me that the patient is zapping themselves. Yeah, kind of interesting, isn't it? Now let's keep on keeping on. This is the American Innovation coin from Missouri, and that features George Washington Carver. So it's named unlike, because they didn't have Werner von Braun on the Saturn V, right? And they didn't have the Lane guy on the Illinois plow. But the other two mention the person, right? That's interesting. Why do you think they do that? Now, the American Innovation $1 coin representing Missouri honors George Washington Carver, agricultural scientist, inventor, and educator. George Washington Carver was born into slavery in Missouri at the end of the Civil War, and in the 1880s he studied botany and agriculture at Iowa State Agricultural College. He then joined the Tuskegee Institute in Alabama. At the invitation of Booker T. Washington, he taught agricultural methods at Tuskegee for 47 years. In the South, cotton was primarily a cash crop right there, despite it creating poor quality soil due to nutrient depletion. So it looks like the cotton would soak up all the nutrients and all the goodness out of the soil. So Carver wanted to improve the life of poor farmers trying to make a living growing cotton. He taught methods such as crop rotation, which alternated cotton with nitrate-producing legumes like peanuts and peas. The cotton depleted the soil of its nutrients, while the legumes restored nitrogen. This method improved crop yields and was more cost-effective than using commercial fertilizer. Carver investigated alternative crops to cotton that would grow well in the South. Then, in an effort to create demand for these crops, he developed industrial and commercial uses for them. Though through his research, he discovered hundreds of different uses for peanuts, sweet potatoes, pecans. Oops, I just blew that, didn't I? Pecans, all right, and others, including flour, cosmetics, and paints. George Washington Carver died January 5, 1943. That year, Congress created the George Washington Carver National Monument at the site of his boyhood home in Missouri. And let's go ahead and check out that design. And look at that. He's like testing things, and looks like it's not a graduated cylinder. I forget what that is. It's not a beaker, is it? I don't even remember. It's been a while since I was in chemistry class. But there it is. There's Missouri. That looks really interesting. And it's got the peanuts here who grow underground. And those aren't, they're not nuts, right? They're legumes. Isn't that interesting? But we call them a nut. I thought that was interesting. And also, I wanted to follow up here This is a national peanut board. Who invented peanut butter? Well, contrary to popular belief, George Washington Carver did not invent peanut butter. Now, he was one of the greatest inventors in American history, discovering over 300 uses for peanuts, including chili sauce, shampoo, shaving cream, and glue, which we still use to this day. He was a pioneer in the agricultural world, and many refer to him as the father of the peanut industry. His innovations also increased the legume's popularity and made peanuts a staple in the American diet. Absolutely. Isn't that something? So it says here, so G.W. Carter did not invent peanut butter. Now, let's keep on keeping on. We're going to be talking about the uncirculated coin set from 2023 and seeing how the United States Mint just released the mintages for these in their cumulative sales yesterday. I wanted to remind us all that the product limit of this particular set is 185,000. And, well, let's look at the sales. Bam, there we go. So the uncirculated set has sold 164,129. So if we easily just do the math in our head, some mental math, that's about 20,000 left. Yeah, there's only 20,000 of those uncirculated sets left. Now, if those are selling 5,000, 8,000 per week, yeah, you can see that those are going to be gone in less than a month. And I think that's one of the most remarkable aspects of the 2023 uncirculated set this year is that it did not hang around for that long, did it? That's incredible. That is remarkable. And it just goes to show you that this is one of the most popular items that the Mint has each and every single year. Love that. Now, check this out. This is the limited edition silver proof set, 50,000. Well, they got 30,000 of them still kicking around. Now, the proof set, I think there's about maybe 10,000 of those left. Those will probably be gone in about 2 to 3 weeks. Look at this. The silver proof set sold 183,000. Not sure how many of those they have left, but it has to be minimal. And then look at this. The congratulations set, they did sell almost their stated product limit of 40,000. So we're at 39,102. And I did highlight this because they are unavailable currently. So there it is. Wow. Yeah, big stuff. Now let's get back to the heart defibrillator kind of thing. Now, this is about the hereafter. And this is from the Choice of Pearls. All right. It says, plan for this world as if you hope to live forever, but plan for the hereafter as if you expect to die tomorrow. Isn't that something? That's one of the things about life I always thought was really interesting is that, the party could be over tomorrow. So why not get your yah-yahs out now? But that isn't the best way to live, is it, right? You want to plan for this world as if you hope to live forever. So that's making arrangements and, working hard and planning for your future and your kids and getting married, all that stuff, right? It's really interesting how we live in this life. I always thought that was really, couldn't wrap my head around that. But there it is. That's really great advice. Plan for this world as if you hope to live forever, but plan for the hereafter as if you expect to die tomorrow. That's from the Choice of Pearls. Now let's get over here to 99.9 KOIN Coin News Radio. Whoops, sorry. This is the song right here. This is off Black Sabbath, Master of Reality. The song is called Solitude, and it is a kick-you-know-what song. It's epic song. So with that said, I want to thank y'all for coming. Thanks for dropping by. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you do like what you hear and see, well, sub the channel. It's free. And listen, if you're already subbed, perhaps, just perhaps, you may want to become a member. And it's $1.99 a month. That's a cheap cup of coffee. Maybe a soda. Maybe a 2-liter. I don't even know, but it ain't much. Stacker out.